Good morning. Welcome to today's New York City Council hearing for the Committee on Hospital. Today's date, please silence all cell phone electronic devices and do not approach dais. Chair, we're ready to begin.
Good morning. I'm Council Member Mercedes Narcisse, Chair of the Committee on Hospitals. Welcome to today's vote, where we will be considering four resolutions that touch open maternal health, an issue that is deeply important to myself and to this Council. These resolutions would call on relevant parties, such as New York City Health and Hospitals and New York State Department of Health, to enhance the New York Patient Occurrence Reporting and Tracking System, or NIPORTS. In particular, we will be considering proposed resolution 1082A, sponsored by Deputy Speaker Ayala, which calls on New York State Department of Health to confidentially share data regarding adverse maternal health events from the New York Patient Occurrence Reporting and Tracking System with the New York City Maternal Mortality Review Committee. Proposed Resolution 1085A, sponsored by myself, which calls on New York City Health and Hospitals facilities to report adverse maternal health events to NIPORTS based on expanding and standardized definition of adverse maternal health events, including adverse events at least 30 days postpartum. Proposed Resolution 1086A, sponsored by Council Member Chiose, which calls on the New York State Department of Health to create a new and separate occurrence code for maternal mortality and to standardize the definition of events reportable to New York Patient Occurrence and Reporting Tracking System. And proposed resolution 1087A, sponsored by Council Member Lynn Schulman, calling on the New York State Department of Health to conduct regular reviews of NIPORT's data and to require hospitals to retroactively fill in missing data. NIPORTS is a statewide entity that reports and tracks adverse incidents in hospitals and diagnostic and treatment centers, including those involving adverse maternal events. However, the information collected by the State Department of Health as part of NIPORTS is not shared, even with the city's Maternal Mortality Review Committee. Furthermore, the data collected by NIPORTS is not always standardized, and hospitals lack uniform definitions or timeframes in which medical interventions or complications are considered related to maternal health. The resolutions that we are considering today would seek to remedy this issues by calling upon the state's health department and New York City Health and Hospital to fortify their definitions of terms that would improve their accuracy of data collection and encourage regular reviews of NIPORT's data to encourage a comprehensive understanding of hospital performance through accurate metrics. Before we start this vote, I would like to thank Hospitals Committee staff, Senior Legislative Counsel Ria Ogazawa, and Policy Analyst Josh Newman for their work to prepare for this vote. And to thank my team, of course, for their hard work as we continue to serve our district. I would also like to extend my gratitude to many passionate advocates who testified at our maternal health hearing last week, and to pledge that I will continue to uphold the incredible work that they are doing to serve the health of our communities and parents. Their testimony was very moving, and we are very grateful that they shared their experiences and expertise with us. I now turn it to my colleague council member. Oh, I have to acknowledge my colleagues first. Marmorato, of course, Gail Brewer, and my sister Sylvina Brooks Power, and of course, Chair Schulman and Madame Gutierrez that share all the passionate last week about, importance of the things that we need to address in maternal health. And now I turn it over to my colleague, Chair Schulman.
Thank you, Chair Narcisse. I appreciate it. Patient safety must never be an afterthought. Every New Yorker who walks into a hospital, whether for an emergency, a routine procedure, or to care for a loved one, deserves to know that their care will be delivered in the safest environment possible. And when something goes wrong, it must be reported, reviewed, and used to make the system stronger. For too long, New York's patient adverse event reporting system, NIPORTS, has not lived up to its full potential. Persistent underreporting and incomplete data have left policymakers, advocates, and even hospital leaders without a clear understanding of where the risks are and how to prevent them. Without full and accurate reporting, we can't identify systemic failures, hold institutions accountable, or ensure that lessons learned in one hospital benefit patients in another. This resolution calls on the State Department of Health to conduct regular reviews of NIPORT's data and to require hospitals to fill in missing information. These steps are not just about compliance, they're about transparency, accountability, and ultimately saving lives. Every patient in every community deserves a hospital system that is open about its challenges and committed to continuous improvement. New Yorkers deserve nothing less. Thank you.
With that, I now turn it over to clerk to call the roll.
Good morning, William Martin, Committee Clerk, Roll Call Vote Committee on Hospitals. All items are coupled. Chair Narcisse.
I vote aye.
Moya.
I vote aye.
Thank you. Brooks Powers.
I vote aye.
Brewer.
Yes.
Thank you. Gutierrez.
Aye.
Palladino. Marmorato.
I vote aye.
Thank you. With a vote of 6 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, and no abstentions, all items have been adopted by the committee.